So I finally received from the other end of the planet my fuel tank valves for the 124s. These magical little valves work in two distinct ways. I can't remember the figures, but they're in the previous video. But the fuel tank connects to this side, and then this goes to the charcoal canister. The easiest way to test them is with your mouth. It should be quite difficult to blow in that direction. And if you simulate a vacuum in the fuel tank, it should be very easy to release that vacuum through the valve. So hard to push air in that direction to allow the tank to pressurize. Easy for the vacuum to get released from the tank. So easy to suck in that direction, difficult to blow in that direction. I had to pause the camera because I had just had a coughing fit, so I don't know that it's a good idea actually using your mouth. Maybe use a clean piece of hose, just in case there is debris inside the valve that ends up in your lungs. But in any case, they're brand new. I know these are going to be good. One is just a spare, and one is going on red immediately, and I will use a new piece of hose with that as well. And I'm just going to probably demonstrate that old crappy one before I throw it in the trash. By the way, if you want to order these yourself, that's the part number there, A1244760432. And there's lots and lots of them on eBay. That's where I bought them. I don't know if they're any cheaper at the dealership. They probably are. eBay's not the best place to be buying things these days, but I can't be bothered dealing with a dealer, and I just rather buy something and have it delivered to my PO box. So that's what I did. Now I'll go and fit it. To once again remove it, we just need to squeeze off these two spring clamps, one at the top at the fuel tank and one at the breather line that goes to the charcoal canister. It's a demo of the old one, categorically ruined. And this is the new one here. I've set it up with a couple of the crimp-on clamps in the positions which I shouldn't have to touch it again. Then it's just a case of getting it back on the car. And concerningly, we can see that there's already rust forming inside that breather line. It would seem the tank is absolutely a water trap if this function is not working. I hope I don't have to take this off again, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to. But anyway, that's it reinstalled now. Let's hope my tank actually continues to hold pressure now and it stops rusting from the inside out. Before throwing this piece of crap in the bin, let's have a look inside it and see what actually fails. I'm betting that a spring has rusted and collapsed. I can't really think of anything else. There is like a flappy thing that is against that spring that opens and closes the opening. Maybe that has deteriorated as well. But my money's on the spring rusting and falling to pieces. But I guess, wouldn't that make a rattling sound if that was the case? Oh, that is disgusting. Let's get this opened up. It looks like the diaphragm has just gotten into the wrong place. Well, there's actually two diaphragms in there, not just one. So looking at how this thing works, this goes to the fuel tank side. This little one-way valve goes in like that. So that is going to be the vacuum release valve, allowing absolutely no vacuum to form in the tank. So when there is a vacuum, well, this just lifts off the sealing surface there. This is the diaphragm with the spring on it that actually holds the pressure in the tank. So all that's doing is cupping around the edge of that and then sealed in the housing, and with the spring pressure, it's basically pushing that inner rim on that central sealing surface, and it's the spring pressure that it has to counteract to push that diaphragm out of the way and allow the tank to vent to the charcoal canister. I cannot see anything obvious as to why this thing failed. There's nothing wrong with the rubber at all. There's no holes in it. There's no tears in either diaphragm. They're both absolutely perfect. What may have happened, and I cannot guarantee it because I've already destroyed the housing, possibly the sealing between the actual plastic components may have let go. That sits in there, and it's supposed to be pretty well sealed. It's possible that the pressure could have been leaking around the edges of that and then straight down, bypassing this diaphragm. I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, pulling it apart is a destructive process, so we'll never know. I don't think it's a case of just contamination getting inside, because there wasn't really enough to cause it to not seal properly. This is just going to remain a mystery. I don't know why it failed. I suspect it's just degradation of the plastic, because you can see that it's already cracking up anyway. It's just old and crap. Maybe exposure to the fuel vapors has made the plastic shrink over the years, and maybe that internal section cracked away from the upper half. That could do it, but I don't know.